friend and an annual TV partner. Here is exclusive footage from his historic visit. The tarmac of Dar es Salaam International Airport in Tanzania is lined with excited people, including a military entourage. Among them is His Excellency Dr. John Magufuli, the newly elected President of Tanzania, with his wife, children, and members of cabinet. Warmly welcoming Prophet TB Joshua to his nation, Dr. Magufuli proceeds to introduce the man of God to Mrs. Janet Magufuli, Tanzania's First Lady, before he warmly embraces their eldest son. Other government officials make up the welcoming committee in honor of Prophet TB Joshua's first visit to the East African nation. The airport ground staff are among those eager to greet the man of God as he is led by President Magufuli towards the presidential suite in the airport. The President and the Prophet then take a seat together. Driven in a convoy, escorted by the National Police of Tanzania, Prophet TB Joshua's first port of call in his historic visit is a Tanzanian state house, locally known as Ikulu. He is received by the outgoing President Jakaya Kikwete, who had just ended his 10-year tenure.
How is everybody? Welcome to the State House. Welcome to Dar es Salaam. Education, Deputy Private Secretary, State House Comptroller.
President Kikwete introduces Prophet TB Joshua to various ministers and members of parliament who have all lined up in honor of his arrival.
Chronicler, and these are the staffers here.
President Kikwete ushers Prophet TB Joshua into the sitting room, where the two pause for a photograph. The visit has attracted huge attention from the media, especially since it is Prophet TB Joshua's first visit to Tanzania and one of the few occasions he has ever traveled abroad without the primary purpose being a crusade.
Okay. Well, what a surprise.
President Kikwete proceeds by giving the man of God a tour of the State House before bidding farewell. The next port of call for Prophet TB Joshua is the house of Mr. Edward Lowassa, the leader of Tanzania's main opposition party, Chadema, and former Prime Minister. The duo immediately engage in an intense discussion, surrounded by Mr. Lowassa's family and some key members of Tanzania's main opposition party. It is a tense time in Tanzania, as Mr. Lowassa and his party have rejected the outcome of the polls. After spending time to counsel Mr. Lowassa, Prophet TB Joshua leads the entire household in a time of prayer.
Can we just pray? We honor you, we glorify you, because we filter everything to us, and we don't want to hold of it. Father, we commit our Father into your hand. Your opinion and your decision is final, because we know sometimes you speak blessing through pain. You speak to our future through pain. And sometimes by your power. In Jesus Christ's name. Amen. 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 Thank you.
His extensive family greets Prophet TB Joshua, honored to have him enter their home in Dar es Salaam. The following day, Prophet TB Joshua returns to the home of opposition leader Mr. Edward Lowassa. His purpose is to address the many supporters and party members who have gathered there. Ushered into the house of Mr. Edward Lowassa, Prophet TB Joshua's main concern is for stability and peace in the nation of Tanzania. He takes time to address Mr. Lowassa's family and supporters, encouraging them to always look unto God and not be discouraged by the disappointment of losing the elections.
Yes. Behind the altar? And on the altar?
Prophet TB Joshua's next destination is the house of Tanzanian President Dr. John Magufuli, where he is warmly welcomed by the entire First family. Dr. John Magufuli's family, including his elderly mother, happily greet Prophet TB Joshua as he enters their home. Dr. John Magufuli's eldest son sits down to share his wonderful testimony after receiving healing at the Synagogue Church of All Nations through Jesus Christ.
2 years ago, I was using these machines. This one I didn't even use it because I was not even sick anymore, because I remembered I went to India just for checkup. But when I went to Nigeria, I was being healed from that day. I didn't even use this.
So after you were healed from Nigeria,
Yeah.
you now went to India to do checkup,
Only checkup.
to check whether
There's some issues, but the doctors didn't find anything.
since how many years now?
2 years.
What is your responsibility as a today your father assumed the position of number one in the nation as a president? What do you think is your responsibility? Find yourself as the son of the president?
First of all, when my dad was the 5th president of United Republic of Tanzania, first of all, I was very happy. I almost cried because every day,
When your father won the election?
yeah, I almost cried because every night I always pray for my dad and my mom. I pray for my dad to be the 5th president of United Republic of Tanzania, and I pray for my mom to be the first lady of United Republic of Tanzania, and I'm very happy. And that wish have happened. Truly, I thank God. You can see.
What is your responsibility now?
First of all, I must be careful with those people.
Who want to be your friend?
Yeah,
Everybody would like to be your friend
yeah.
as a son of president.
Yeah, I don't want someone to be my enemy. For you. I love all my family members, and I love you. And I'm very happy to see you. First of all, I thank God Joshua healed me in 2013 at Synagogue Church of All Nations. And I thank my parents, mom and dad. They have taken care of me, because even now I'm a grown boy. I'm not a sick boy anymore. And also, I must respect my parents. For real, sometimes you can get mad or something, but I must respect my parents, and also I must find good friends, not bad friends, because bad friends, they can take me to a bad place. And I'm very happy TB Joshua is here right with me at Tanzania, and I hope let him to be very happy and have a long time to
Race.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Your responsibility to your dad, and your mom. They are expecting so much from you.
Yeah.
So how much is going? How much is expecting? Your daddy has so much responsibility to your mom, and you are to make them proud.
Yes, true.
How can
I
you
must
make
have
them
changed. First of all, I must be well with my studies, because even you say right now, it's not good if a son of a president fails. First of all, to be very embarrassing. And there's my brother called Philbert. He always teach me mathematics, physics, and other subjects. First of all, God First of all, I'm very happy for him for teaching me mathematics, because I can tell you all my things. Because I remember at that time I was not even good in mathematics. For real, I'm honest with you. But now I'm very good in mathematics. It teaches me a lot of things, and I learn of it.
Okay.
Later that evening, Prophet TB Joshua sat down with Mr. Lawasa and his wife to eat at a 5-star restaurant in Dar es Salaam. Apart from enjoying food together, Prophet TB Joshua gives further counseling, encouragement, and wisdom to Mr. Lawasa. He tells him, many times God speaks blessing and breakthrough through pain and disappointment. What happened is to prepare you for the future. We learn obedience by the things we face. I mean, by what we suffer. Upon hearing God's counsel through Prophet TB Joshua, Mr. Lawasa calls for peace and calmness among his supporters, who had initially disrupted the election results. This led to a significant reduction of tension within the country in the wake of the polls. Prophet TB Joshua returns for yet another meeting with outgoing Tanzanian President Jakaya Kikwete at the Tanzanian State House.
Enjoy taking pictures. This is my son.
How are you?
He's a member of parliament.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Prophet TB Joshua sits down for more talks with President Kikwete, who is honored to have received him in the nation. President Kikwete proceeds to usher Prophet TB Joshua out of the State House and back to his vehicle as he prepares to return to Nigeria after his historic peace-building visit.
Thank you.
Okay, Prophet.
We're filming it.